Hello, students. Welcome to another session of Organisms and Population. In the previous session, you have learned about abiotic factors, responses of organisms to abiotic factors, and adaptations of organisms. What do you mean by population? It is defined as the total number of individuals of a species in a specific geographical area sharing or competing for similar resources which can interbreed under natural conditions to produce fertile offsprings. Let's look into what is population biology. It's a study of population characteristics and the factors that affect their size and distribution. Population ecology is another important area. It links ecology to population genetics and evolution. Let's see what are population attributes. Population attributes are those which describes the characteristics of a population, and these attributes are not there for individuals. An individual may have births and deaths, but a population has birth rates and death rates. In a population, these rates refer to per capita births and per capita deaths respectively. Another attribute is sex ratio. An individual is either a male or a female, but a population has a sex ratio. For example, 60% of population are females and 40% is of males. A population at a given time is composed of individuals of different ages. When the age distribution is plotted for the population, the resulting structure is called age pyramid. For human population, age pyramids show age distribution of males and females in a combined diagram. The shape of the pyramids reflect the growth status of the population. It is of three types. In the first one, you can see the number of pre-reproductive individuals is very large. Reproductive individuals are moderate in number and post-reproductive individuals are fewer. This type of population show rapid increase. Example for expanding population is the population of India. The second type of age pyramid is a bell-shaped pyramid. In this, the population size remains stable, neither growing nor diminishing. Here, all the age groups are evenly balanced. Population of Austria is an example for stable population. The third type of age pyramid is urn-shaped. In this, the pre-reproductive individuals are fewer in number. This type of population is declining. In this case, the population growth is negative. Population of Japan is an example for declining population. Population size is more technically called as population density. The size of the population for any species is not a static parameter. It keeps changing with time. It depends on various factors including food availability, predation pressure, and weather. In fact, it is these changes in the population density that give us some idea of what is happening to the population, whether it is flourishing or declining. Whatever might be the ultimate reasons, the density of a population in a given habitat during a given time fluctuate due to four basic processes. Let's discuss about the four basic processes. The first one is natality, which refers to the number of births during a given time in the population that are added to the initial density. The second one is mortality. It is the number of deaths in the population during a given time. The third factor is immigration, which is the number of individuals of the same species that have come into the habitat from elsewhere during the time period under consideration. The fourth factor is emigration. It is the number of individuals of the population who left the habitat and gone elsewhere during the time period under consideration. Population density will increase if the number of births plus number of immigrants is more than the number of deaths plus number of emigrants. Otherwise, it will decrease. Under normal conditions, births and deaths are the most important factors influencing population density. The other factors assuming importance only under special conditions. There are two types of population growth models. The first type is the exponential growth. It is common where the resources like food and space are unlimited. Ideally, when resources in the habitat are unlimited, each species has the ability to realize fully its innate potential to grow in number. Then the population grows in an exponential or geometric fashion. If in a population of size n, the birth rates are represented as B and death rates as D, then the increase or decrease in the population size during a unit time t dn by dt will be b minus d into n. Let b minus d is equal to r, then dn by dt is equal to rn. The r in this equation is called intrinsic rate of natural increase and is a very important parameter chosen for assessing impacts of any biotic or abiotic factor on population growth. The above equation describes exponential or geometric growth pattern of a population and results in a J-shaped curve when we plot n in relation to time. This type of growth can be seen in the laboratory conditions. Let's look into another population growth model. When the resources are limited, then the population growth curve is logistic in nature. This growth model is more realistic. Every ecosystem or environment or habitat has limited resources to support a particular maximum number of individuals called its carrying capacity. When n is plotted in relation to time t, the logistic growth shows sigmoid curve. It is given by the following equation. dn by dt is equal to Rn into k minus n by k, where n is the population density at time t, R is intrinsic rate of natural increase, k is carrying capacity. The graph shows lag phase followed by phases of acceleration and deceleration and finally an asymptote when population density reaches the carrying capacity. Populations evolve to maximize their reproductive fitness, also called Darwinian fitness, in the habitat in which they live. Under a particular set of selection pressures, organisms evolve towards the most efficient reproductive strategy. Some organisms like Pacific salmon fish, bamboo plant, etc., breed only once in their lifetime, while others, like birds and mammals, They reproduce many times during their lifetime. Some of the organisms produce a large number of small sized offsprings, as that of oysters, while others produce a small number of large sized offsprings, as that of birds and mammals. Life history traits of organisms have evolved in relation to the constraints imposed by the biotic and abiotic components of the habitat in which they live. Evolution of life history traits in different species is currently an important area of research being conducted by ecologists. In this session, you have learned about population and its attributes. Thank you. Have a nice time.